Let me get you on a red light, Finny. That fat boy over there in Arizona, somebody got checked on. Send me the picture. I want to see that. Somebody got to do it. Teach him a lesson.
Police lights flashed for hours in front of the Bellagio Hotel and Casino where 2 people were shot and killed.
The shooting, police say, all stemmed from some sort of social media dispute. Police did rush to the scene. Word of the shooting spread across social media. That violent incident also captured on LiveStream.
The two had an ongoing beef for at least a year now, if not longer. Finny in videos calling out Manny and his wife, including making comments about his wife's appearance.
At approximately 10:40 p.m., officers from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department who were on patrol in the 3600 block of Las Vegas Boulevard heard gunfire occurring on the west side of the street.
Metro Undersheriff Andrew Walsh says the police response was immediate. The officers running toward the sound of the gunshots and quickly locating the victims.
Our officers rendered medical aid to both victims, but their efforts to save those victims' lives were unsuccessful.
Gunman in the deadly shooting on the Las Vegas Strip made his first court appearance this morning. The Clark County coroner also identifying the victims. Here's a pic of them: 44-year-old Rodney Finley and 43-year-old Tanisha Finley.
41-year-old Manuel Ruiz makes his first court appearance Tuesday, 2 days after he allegedly shot and killed 2 people along the Las Vegas Strip near the Bellagio fountains.
Good morning, Mr. Ruiz. You were arrested for 2 counts of open murder with use of a deadly weapon.
You shot straight, but you shot late. Hi, Lem. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
Say, man, hey, man, it's OG Jucario. Now, back at you with another one. And one YouTuber is in jail tonight with 2 counts of murder. And another YouTuber and his wife is now dead at the hands of this YouTuber who took both of their lives behind a online social media beef. That's right, on YouTube, to be exact. And these guys had a backstory to this whole ordeal before it turned deadly. And many are saying that it was a pepper spraying incident on Fremont back in 2023, out there in Las Vegas again, before we even got to this point of Sin City Manny gunning down Finny the Legend and his wife out there in Las Vegas. Now, I don't know exactly why Finny and his wife Bubbly was out there in Vegas 2 years ago in 2003 for an incident to even occur between him and this YouTuber Manny. And, you know, with this happening 2 years ago, man, this explains why the online beef back and forth, you know, went on all that time.
This was brewing. This brewed for 2 years.
Ware says it all started back in 2023 when Ruiz pepper sprayed Bubbly on Fremont Street.
I was saying, I'm just glad it was pepper spray and it wasn't bullets.
A grim foreshadowing of what was to come.
I said, I don't want to see you here in pain with bullets in you. So let's figure this out.
Ware says Finny chose to never get physical.
His wife said she was okay, so he was just like, okay, let's handle this another way.
Instead, he fought back online.
He controls his emotions very well. That's what I liked about him the most.
Ware says Finny held a weekly live stream where people could speak freely about anything, including their grievances with Ruiz.
Manny was welcome to come on and defend himself. He kept it fair. It wasn't just a bash. It wasn't just let's talk about Manny, talk bad about Manny. It's just everybody's experience.
Ware says as Ruiz lost followers, Finny's online popularity grew, dethroning Ruiz from his position as king of the tight-knit Vegas, Arizona YouTube community. But Ware tells me he never thought Ruiz would escalate to this level of violence.
Now, a lot of guys would have crashed out then when, you know, Manny pepper sprayed the wife of Finny, right? And a lot of men will crash out behind their wives, especially when somebody's, you know, causing hurt, harm, or danger to their loved one, right? But, you know, Finney said that he didn't want to get physical with Manny. And instead, he took his beef, his grievance online and started making videos on his YouTube channel about Manny. And a lot of Manny's subscribers started to unsubscribe to Manny, right? And start subscribing to Finney. And Manny didn't like that. Of course not. And, you know, the people who used to subscribe to his channel, who was donating to his channel, now they're over here donating to Finney now and talking about Manny and how bad of a person he is, and, you know, their grievances about this guy. And even though Finney allowed Manny to come up to the platform and speak and, you know, rebut some of these things, you know, Manny was still feeling the pressure of losing subscribers, okay, losing money, you know, messing with this man's livelihood with this back and forth that him and Finney had going on.
Somebody's got to be the bad guy around here. You need people like me. And you know what? We're going to do a switch real quick. From right now, this moment, we ain't calling nobody haters no more, guys. We calling these guys promoters. Because in reality, that's what they be doing. There are promoters that get paid by other promoters. You know, we ain't got to pay them. Other promoters pay these. So that's the way we look at it moving forward, okay?
If he remembers.
Promoters. Remember that. So, free promotion for us.
Now, with the beef escalating between both of these YouTubers, Finney, the legend, would start taking videos, content from Manny's YouTube page and reacting to it on his own YouTube channel. And he would take this time, these live streams he would do, some of them for hours, ridiculing and trying to embarrass Manny, talking about Manny's wife, disrespecting her. Had the whole chat in on it. Everybody's making jokes, right? And pretty sure Manny was very, very frustrated with this guy, right? Taking his content. And he, you know, ended up sending copyright strikes, contacting YouTube and saying, hey, this guy's taking my videos and, you know, he's reacting to my videos without my consent. This is some type of violation, right? And YouTube even, you know, struck the channel of Finney the legend 2 times. And in return, Finney would then start sending copyright strikes at Manny's channel, trying to get Manny's channel taken from him and demonetized to where Manny couldn't support his family and make no money from the videos that he would upload to YouTube. So after all this back and forth between each other, you know, messing with each other's livelihoods on a live stream on YouTube for the world to see, it soon spiraled out of control and became something very, very dark and evil, ready to unfold.
Because I got him with 2 strikes right now. This will be the last one right here, and we're in that channel. But I mean, we could just, you know, we don't really care about it, because it ain't that channel ain't got no traction. But we also get to laughing because he finna get the notification tomorrow. We get to laugh at how quick he try to take this other video down. So somebody send me, I just put it in chat, where he got what video of mine he got that from, and I get that one too. He gonna get an email tonight about the other one, and that's gonna be a second strike.
Let me see what JC told me to chill about. JC say, legend, stay on Panty's butt, never give up. Laugh out loud. Shout out to JC. I don't like being on man's butts. Can I be on Julie's butt? Can I please be on Julie's butt instead of Manny's butt? Like, who leaves the house looking like that? Like, what about leaving the house like that makes you like feel like that's tight? Like when he left and he put that makeup on as a guy, and then he put the hat on with the fake cholo outfit. Like, what about that? Like, what do you think he said? Like, do you think he was like, man, I look hard tonight? Like, what is his goal? I don't get it. What's his goal? Does he want to look like a clown? Does he want to look like a cholo? What's his goal? He's
Look at all I know today. All I know is that his. All I know is that. Hold on. All I know is that his goal is to be zesty as hell, fool.
Okay. I don't know. I don't wish I had my zoom in game like donuts. Donuts be zooming all in on. Because look at how her back going. Is that Machete's woman? Like,
yeah, you whooping the shit out of Machete.
Is that Machete's woman right there?
Yeah, it is.
That's her, okay. Like, you know when Martin said that Nositol, that is the definition of Nositol right there. Like when it sinks in. Like, look at how when you get to the ass, it curves inward. Like the ass is supposed to curve outward. Hers curves. She got an in booty. We got a front booty and she got an in booty. That's an in booty right there. We call her an innie.
Now, during the time of the copyright strike wars between these two YouTubers that kept reporting each other's channels for copyright infringement and harassment and bullying and things of that nature, right? You have Finney starting to feel sympathetic during a live stream, saying that he doesn't want to strike, Manny's channel this last time to, basically get his channel taken away from him, because he said he felt like Manny didn't have friends and this YouTube thing is all he had. And if he, took this away from him, Manny would possibly, off himself, go in a closet somewhere and do something to himself, harm himself, basically, because this YouTube channel would be deleted all because of, him and Finney going back and forth and sending these copyright strikes to each other. So you have him saying in, this live stream that he knows he's dealing with somebody who's mental, saying that Manny had, problems. So my thing is, if you felt like the man would harm himself, Finney, how did you not know that he would definitely harm you and your wife?
Because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke, but mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man, and he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you, did you give him a strike? Fuck that. You swing at me, we swinging back twice.
Now, a lot of people are still confused. They're left in suspense when they, check out this story, and they, still are wondering, well, how did this actually start? Well, they gave us a little context and said that it was a pepper spraying that took place back in 2023 on Halloween is when these two couples, met each other for the first time, strangers, right? And during this Halloween festival on Fremont, the wife of Finney, Bubbly, she had her camera and she was, filming the surroundings and the festivities going on. She happens to see a performer performing there on the street. This guy was dressed up in costume. Happens to be Manny, right? And when she walks up to him trying to get some footage, right, with her camera, he pushes her hand that's holding the camera away from him, as to say, look, I don't want you filming me or taking pictures of me while I'm out in the public performing. Wow. And with him being a YouTuber himself, Manny, well, he was, right? Well, he probably recorded people all the time without their consent. But hey, that's another story. But in any event, he pushed her hand away, holding the camera, possibly almost making her drop it. And that's when, the altercation ensued. But what the news didn't tell us is that during that altercation, right, the wife of Manny, Julie, she was hitting the wife of Finney, Bubbly, with a stick multiple times, okay, while this altercation was going on. And this is what led to, Finney having to step up during the incident. But like I mentioned, the bodyguard had already stepped between Manny and Finney, keeping them from locking up with each other, or, punches being thrown. And that's when Manny pepper sprays the wife, Bubbly. Now, in this clip that's circulating the internet on what happened on that Halloween of 2023 between Manny and Finney, right? And both of the wives getting into the altercation. And you had Manny pulling out pepper spray, right? Had a bodyguard getting between the two men. You had Manny's wife, Julie, hitting Finney's wife, Bubbly, with a stick. And this right here was total chaos. Now, shortly after the altercation between these two couples that happened to be YouTubers, right? And they didn't know this because they were strangers before all this occurred. But the wife of Finney, Bubbly, she took to the platform to tell their side of the story and how they came across this couple, Manny and Julie, who they had this altercation with. Run it.
I'm not sure what you watched, but then when the witch tried to swing her stick or staff or whatever and tried to hit me. So I understand what you're saying, but you also have to understand, I can sit and I can say whatever I want to. This is America. We have freedom of speech. So I can say what I want to say in your face. But when you put your hands on me or when you spray something on me, that's when we have a problem. So what you're saying is fine. I don't have any problem with what you're saying, and you absolutely have a right to feel the way that you feel and to believe what you believe. I don't have any problem with that. But I certainly think that when you put your hands on me, that's where I have a problem, and that's where I draw the line. And then when you spray something on me, then that's where I draw the line. In addition, my other problem is you're out here videoing people and you're not asking people if they are allowing you to video them. So when somebody videos you, then you're upset about the situation. Yeah, I'm kind of taking a little bit of issue with that, Jasmine. Like, I don't think that you don't necessarily know me. And again, I appreciate your perspective. You are right that I did go into the situation. Absolutely right. But I certainly think that if I come to you and I say something about you, you still don't have the right to put your hands on me. I think that's where we need to draw the line. And if you think that that's okay, all right, girl, that's what you think.
Now, in this nasty back and forth, it seems like Manny kind of was keeping his composure a little bit when he and his wife rebutted what went on out there on Fremont, and they had to give their side of the story as well. So they took to their YouTube platform to, tell people what really went on from their point of view. Check it out.
You can't just be quiet and let, like I said, if you don't speak your side, people will run and believe it as an influencer / you know what I mean? YouTuber, if somebody that's going to be watched by thousands of people, is like our image too has to be, backed up and represented, feel me? So even though I'm not spilling out too much.
Now, as the beef kept on sizzling throughout the years, Finney said that he named his YouTube channel, right, after Manny's channel, Sin City, just because he wanted to, gain more viewers, more subscribers on his videos by trolling the name of Manny's channel. And this is him, confessing to this was his game plan the whole time, and this is how he would get his new subscribers and gain some of those subscribers that, Manny was losing.
Hey, when you didn't want to tell him your name, but when he go click Sin City Family, guess who's gonna come up? Shout out to the algorithms. Shout out to the algorithms. Shout out to me putting your name in the title so this would happen. That was the goal, man. Was to get big enough. When they type your name in, Big Smile Finney come up, and I'll be smiling hard, man. And then they go click it like, dang, what's this dude smiling so hard about? Then they come in and they hear me say, man, he's a punk. He eats.
Now, Finney the Legend will continue to roast and humiliate Manny Ruiz, or better yet, aka Manny Wise, okay? And many of the people who didn't like Manny started to jump on the bandwagon over there with Finney. That's right. Expressing their hate for old Manny. And Manny didn't take a liking to that. And Finney, he kept going in on this guy, Manny, man. He just kept giving it to him. No diddy, but kept making him take that and take that. Now, in a video that Finney posted to his YouTube channel that is still active, right? He has a video that's titled Season 3, Number 2. Yes, I'm pressing charges for sexual harassment. He touched my booty. Pause. You know, once again, he's going in on Manny, and as he did all the time during them live streams during the beef.
What? Ain't that the last year for you, buddy? How's the last year been going? You want to do a comparison to what you've been doing the year before? I think they call it at their house life before Finney. Like when they be arguing and shit, before Finney, it used to be. So they like you know, this should be before BC. At their house is before Finney. Shit used to be good before Finney.
Now Finney thought this whole thing was a laughing matter. He thought it was funny, hilarious, right? Trolling old Manny, making him lose subscribers, making him lose money, right? Turning his household upside down, okay? Because everybody knows if Manny didn't really have a job like that, I really don't know. But if he didn't and he was, you know, depending on YouTube, you know, well, the plan of Finney's was working. He was destroying this guy financially, right? As far as his image, that was being destroyed too. And with all these things, you know, lingering over the head of old Manny, you know, everything finally came to a conclusion when Finney and his wife decided to go back to Vegas during the beef. Wow, really? I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but maybe old Finney thought that Manny was just playing around and he wasn't serious about the threats he had already made, right? But hey, as we see, when Finney announced on his YouTube page that he was going to Vegas, obviously Manny didn't get the memo and he went live to tell everybody, hey, I'm looking for some of my biggest fans. I heard that they're in my city. Where are they? This guy even claimed he went to every casino, every hotel. Wow, that's a lot of places. Now, do I believe him? Hey, the guy might be mentally, you know, ill enough to have did that.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby. I went through every casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in town. I'm dying to see him. Dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll be there. I'll be there. Better believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told. Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite. Mr. Marcus. That's right. We outside. We're doing fuel bar tonight? I'm there, homie. Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh man, come on. I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know?
Now, once the incident took place, when Manny got to the actual location of the shooting where he gunned down Finney and his wife, Bubbly, you had, you know, both of these guys streaming online at the same time with people in the chat on Manny's channel telling him, you know, where Finney and his wife was located at, over there by the Bellagio fountains. Wow, giving up the location, basically, and how to find them easily in the crowd. And guess what? When Finney was looking in his live stream camera, right, the feedback of the crowd, he actually seen Manuel Ruiz, aka Manny Wise, walking through the crowd, allegedly looking for him. Finney looks at the live stream and starts laughing. He sees his op and maybe he thinks that Manny didn't see him. But when Manny spotted his wife, Bubbly, that's when everything kicked off. And you can hear the wife, Bubbly, telling Manny, don't you come over here starting no shit. But it was too late. Manny had already pulled out his pistol and was aiming at her husband, Finney. Gunned him down right there on the sidewalk. Then turned his gun on her and gunned her down as well. And both of them ended up losing their life.
Ruiz claims it was all done in self-defense. That's according to this arrest report. But police say the video circulating on social media shows a different story, and it played a big role in his arrest. But we're also learning both Ruiz and Rodney were two YouTubers who were live streaming at the same time when the shooting happened.
You were arrested for 2 counts of open murder and use of a deadly weapon.
Manuel Ruiz faced a judge Tuesday with not much to say. A big difference compared to what this viral live stream allegedly shows. This video taken by victim Rodney Finley and his wife Tanisha. Rodney is known as Finny the Legend on YouTube, and Ruiz is known as Sin City Manny. According to the arrest report, both Rodney and Ruiz were live streaming from Las Vegas Boulevard Sunday night. A viewer watching the live stream said he saw comments from others who were also watching Manny's YouTube live stream. The comments stated that Manny was across the street at the Paris Hotel and was looking for Finney. About 5 minutes later, the viewer sees Manny appear on Finney's live stream and saw Manny pull a gun from his waistband. He tells investigators he shot Rodney in self-defense. Moments later, you see Tanisha panicking and grabbing the camera her husband had set up, and then the gun is turned on Tanisha. Ruiz tells police he saw a shiny black object in her hand, which he believed to be a firearm. He said he shot 2 times at her. Police say Ruiz ran away to the Paris Hotel where he removed his hat and shirt. Later, it was Ruiz's wife who approached police, telling them she believed her husband just shot someone. Ruiz was arrested nearly 12 hours later when he walked into a Henderson police station after a friend convinced him to turn himself in. In the arrest report, Ruiz claims Finney posted content talking negatively about his wife and kids. Police say Ruiz was adamant he shot in self-defense. He insisted he did not know Finney and his girl were live streaming from that location. He denied ever making any threats toward Finney. And we're also learning Rodney and Ruiz had an altercation on Fremont Street recently, but the report doesn't exactly say when that was. Ruiz is back in court Thursday.
Now, Manny Wise ran from the scene, and they say that, according to reports, he changed clothes and tried to change up his description, right, to avoid being arrested. But they say that he ended up turning himself in. And get this, they say that, according to reports, Julie, the wife, is the one that called police and said that her husband had shot someone. Wowzers. Yards. Now, as you just heard in that news update, Ruiz never stated to why he shot and killed Finney first. Never gave a motive, right? He just said it was self-defense. But how? But when it came to shooting Finney's wife after he killed Finney, he gives a clear motive, saying that he felt like she had a black object in her hand, right? Never said she pointed this object at him. Could that have been the camera that she grabbed? That's what they said in the report. She grabbed the camera and tried to, get out of there once all this went down. So, he was looking for a reason to shoot this lady and claims that she had a black object in her hand, which could have clearly been the camera setup that she had, and they had right there on the Vegas Strip. But check this out. This guy claims that's his reason for both of these murders, self-defense. But we definitely know that, leading up to this, he was already incriminating himself with the threats online, saying that he was going to pull up on Finney at a stoplight, gun him down, right? Saying that, somebody needs to do something about Finney. Go to Arizona, teach him a lesson, right? And then he, goes live again when he's talking about he's going to all the hotels and all of the places around Vegas, right? All the casinos there looking for Finney. So this doesn't sound like, he just stumbled upon these people. He claims that he didn't know that they were in Vegas. Come on, man. All these are blatant lies. And that's what's going to get this guy 2 capital murder charges, first-degree murder, intent to kill these people, And he will be doing probably double life in prison. So this was the tale of two YouTubers, two egos that didn't want to back down from each other, right? Had a point to prove, right? But when Manny said he was going to teach Finney a lesson, well, how can you teach somebody a lesson that's not alive to learn from that lesson? So obviously, you know, Finney wanted to fight, right? And I don't really think he wanted to do that. But guess what? You can't fight somebody who wants to kill. In the end, two families were ruined behind this whole ordeal. And Rodney and Tanisha leave behind 4 kids, as the family photos show. And a big loving family that said Rodney was a big jokester. Right? He was funny. He always made everybody laugh and smile. And so did Tanisha. Energetic spirits, both of them were. And love and condolences to both of these beautiful souls' families. And sending love, peace in their time of bereavement and grievement. So, y'all get in the comment section and y'all let me know what y'all think about this entire situation. And until the next time, this is OG Jucario TV with the latest in rap, hip-hop, celebrity, and urban news. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spinning with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, man, hey, man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. You already know what it is, man. It's deeper than Buddha, heard you hear me? And guess what? I'm gone.